Bonjour, je m'appelle Santiago Reyes. Je suis en le 9e semestre de licence en éducation. À cette occasion, j'ai l'opportunité de choisir une classe de secondaire, 9e, dans l'école publique Corazon del Valle. Ils sont 36 étudiants et ils sont aussi dans un niveau de pauvreté très marqué. C'est une expérience enrichissante et un grand défi pour ma formation des enseignants. En ce qui concerne la question articulateur, quel est le sens donné par les étudiants des premiers cycles des enseignants secondaires de base et intermédiaire à la pratique de l'enseignement en tant qu'articulation du monde scolaire et du monde de la vie? Je pense qu'il est tout à fait pertinent dans la mesure où elle invite les enseignants praticiens à démontrer qu'ils peuvent articuler différents aspects de la vie quotidienne de chaque étudiant et aussi qu'ils doivent travailler de la main avec le contexte réel et avec la culture des aspects qui concernent à le niveau économique, la pauvreté et aussi l'exclusion sociale. The relationship that we have had between the linking question and our teaching practice process was really helpful because it pushed me a lot to read and know more about theoretician, about my style to teach, and know about the approaches that I could use for the development of my classes. It is really important to take this into account because if you just go to the classroom to do activities without taking into account the realities and context, probably you will be lost or simply going straight up without taking into account their learning process. And that won't let your students learn. I tried to articulate De Suggestopedia by Georgi Lozanov and with Communicative Language Teaching, TLC, by Michael Canale. And they both asked me to let the students communicate in target language. Through what? Through a good environment created by the teacher. Now, stepping from an articulating point of view, I think it is the key to being a proportional teacher and wanting to change a little bit the conventional classes to which a student responds with little or no interest. It is our duty as a future knowledge mediators to willingly turn it around to facilitate the development of thought and to create active and integral beings of our changing society. My school environment was pretty hard from the beginning because it was a public school, and in secondary there are a lot of things that make a student lose classes. For example, a lot of meetings, stuff from teachers, evaluations from the government, evaluation from the same school, etc. However, I took advantage of the classes I could make. One of the worst barriers was the time I lost when I got to the school and I couldn't make the classes. Also, when I was starting my strategy in the classroom, I could notice that I had a big, a big challenge inside my classroom because one side of my students were in a regular economic situation, but I also had a lot of very poor students, and that affects my classes and their learning process in their aim and attitude from the class. Due to their context, I will say, they don't really like English because they think it won't be useful for their lives. So their needs were basically learning vocabulary to improve their speaking skill because there aren't much English in their academic life. That is why the common challenge in their aim of learning English, according to my approaches, I had to change their environment as a first step. Then create good opportunities for them to put into practice the target language. That is why I try to base my classes in CLT, and I had really big challenges trying to apply it. In my case, I had to learn that CLT classes are going to be really difficult to apply in a classroom like the one I was involved. When you want to create a successful environment, you shouldn't have more than 15 students in order to handle your class and to be able to take their process. I could see their language improvement through the Desugestopedia's strategy when they helped themselves with posters they made, and also with the subgroups they felt more comfortable in order to interact between them, and also through the test that was applied at the very beginning of the teaching practice and then at the very end. The results were really bad. As you can see on the screen, that was the student who had the best grade on it, and only 5 students won the test. And in my final class, I applied the same test in order to contract the average of students that have won the test with the student to have won the last one. And I showed that in this case 15 students won the test. That means that 10 students improved their level of English vocabulary. Well, I'm sure that I could do more, but because of everything that stopped my teaching practice, that was my final result. Thank you so much. That was all about my teaching practice.